Hi guys, welcome back to WD18, the Watford fan channel, for a match preview ahead of Watford versus Manchester United. Watford can make it 5 wins on the bounce in the Premier League, the first time in the club's history, let alone the Premier League, in league history. Make it 6 wins out of 6 in all competitions, with a win tomorrow at Vicarage Road. I can't wait to be back at the Vic tomorrow. It's been too long since the Tottenham game. Football is officially back. I don't care what anyone says about the international break. It is boring, isn't it? I don't really enjoy it, and it would have been better to see a couple of Watford players in there, the likes of Will Hughes, Troy Deeney, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Watford versus Manchester United at Vicarage Road, 5:30 kickoff on BT Sport. Obviously, I'll be down there tomorrow. I'll be doing fan cams as well, so if you have a chance to pop down after the game, hopefully after a Watford win, then make sure you do. It'll be great to get your guys' opinions. Let's see who's in the chat. I've done it as a live stream today. I'll be honest, haven't had time to record a full match preview, so I thought I'd get your guys' opinions, and I know you do like the live streams. Thank you very much for joining. Got 20 people in here. We got Watford FC all day. You all right, Jacob? How are you, lad? Yeah, very good, Jacob. The other Jacob. Walking through Watford High Street watching this. Love it. Got Jack Morris in here. We've got Owen Warren, Adam Smith. Got Daz's Football Stands. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Going to do a few things today. We're going to be obviously running through the game and looking ahead to tomorrow's fixture, but also the team lineup that I think is going to be put out. Now, well, we might as well, actually, let's start with that. We'll start with the team that I think Javi Gracia is going to put out. Now, it's one of those with the injuries. The team news is that Cleverley and Delafeu was still out. It looks like Cleverley's probably going to be back in January. I don't know about Delafeu though. It seems like it's going on a little bit too long for my liking, and the club aren't really providing any specific update on when he's going to return, so a bit frustrating that, but as long as Will Hughes remains fit and continues to play like he is, then that's no problem at all. Anyway, I'm going to slide across to the right. I've got a little bit of a graphic here, so make it a bit more professional. So I've gone for the two sides that I think will be put out tomorrow at Vicarage Road. We'll start with the Watford team. So obviously Ben Foster in goal, been superb since he's come into the Watford side. Really has just gelled in, and it felt seamless. He's even admitted that he couldn't imagine how well he's fit into the squad, and he's getting on with everyone, putting some great performances, and hopefully he can do the same tomorrow and keep a clean sheet. Back four, got Daryl Janmaat, Craig Cathcart, Christian Kabasele and Jose Holebas. Daryl Janmaat's been a player who a lot of players didn't think would be playing in these sorts of games. They thought it'd be Kiko Femenia, Mark Navarro. He was brought in the summer to do that job, but Daryl Janmaat's been a revelation at right back. He seems with that cover with Will Hughes down the right. He's provided a little bit more protection, which is great. Craig Cathcart and Christian Kabasele in the middle, those two centre-back pairings, is always great. And they complement each other so well. And they're getting the plaudits. Every time I've seen them on Match Today, they've touched on Christian Kabasele and Craig Cathcart. Cathcart against his former club, which would be great. Obviously, he spent his youth at Manchester United. And then went on to other clubs, and we bought him from Blackpool on a free. Christian Kabasele, brilliant partnership between the pair, and hopefully that can continue tomorrow and we can keep another clean sheet. And the man at left back, Jose Holebas, another player who, similar to Janmaat, the two fullbacks is probably one of Watford's strongest positions, but there was a debate of who would be playing there come the start of the season. And Holebas has been magnificent down that left-hand side. One of the players of the month, in my opinion. He's been brilliant. Anyway, move on to the midfield. The back five is solid. Got Will Hughes on the right, on the right midfield. Obviously, I touched on Gerard Delafeu not being available for this one. And I don't think he'd be replacing Will Hughes at the minute. I know there was calls that Delafeu, if he was fit, was going to come straight back in for Will Hughes, but that's not for me. I really do think Will Hughes should continue. He's been giving Janmaat a little bit more protection down that right flank, and especially against a team like Manchester United. I know they haven't been on good form, but we need a player to not let Janmaat get exposed, and Will Hughes does that. He provides cover, but also provides that creative edge going forward. You look at the two centre mids, Decore talking about Pogba in the week, with his mate basically, and he'll be wanting to nullify him in the middle. It'll be a big game for Decore, because if he performs, the France squad looks possible, and it'll be a big message to Didier Deschamps that he could get in the next international break come October. Etienne Capoue, another Frenchman alongside him. been a revelation in the midfield again. He's always started Etienne Capoue, and the big test for him this season is that he doesn't drop off, and him and Doucouré will be looking to keep it compact in the midfield and keep it like they have been in the previous games. And then obviously Roberto Pereira on the left-hand side, another player who just feels like a different Watford squad. He mentioned, speaking to the Italian press, that obviously there was interest from Torino this summer. Walter Mazzarri was very keen to sign him, and he admitted that, but he wanted to stay at Watford. He wanted to prove his ability because he was saying that previously physicality had held him back, and I think the left wing particularly suits his position. And then obviously Andre Gray and Troy Deeney, two players again. Deeney, fantastic up front this season. There was calls that he should be selected for the England squad. He rubbished those talks. He said he shouldn't have been. But I think there was some stats going around, and someone sent it to me. They said, so since, I think it was August 2015, Troy Deeney has basically got the best stats across all the strikers that haven't been selected and been called up to England. So he's knocking on Gareth Southgate's door. It's just a matter of time, I think. And then Andre Gray, someone who wasn't his best in the last couple of games, but you always know of Andre Gray, that kind of big man, small man partnership. If he can run in behind, use his pace against a very, very suspicious and suspect Manchester United backline, then I'm sure we can cause him a lot of trouble. Jake Humphrey was actually at the Watford training ground today for BT Sport, and he said Troy Deeney was licking his lips at the prospect of coming up against the backline of Lindelof and Bailly. The Manchester United defence has been very, very poor in recent times. You saw it against Brighton. They were absolutely awful, and Deeney want to be going against them and making it as physical as possible. But Bailly, it will be a tough test. Looking at the Manchester United side that I think they'll put out. We've got David De Gea at the back. In front of him, Lindelof and Bailly. On paper, that doesn't look a bad back three, but Lindelof has been very, very poor. Bailly's looked dodgy on the ball. Obviously, David De Gea, world-class goalkeeper. And then you look at the two fullbacks. Antonio Valencia provides that strength and pace down that right side. And Ashley Young coming up against his former club. I don't think he'll get a nice reception, obviously, after the last time he was at Vicarage Road, scoring that beautiful free kick. And that goal as well, just in front of the rookery and sliding on his knees. So I don't think that's going to go down too well. But having said that, Luke Shaw obviously was concussed in the international break. Apparently he is fit, but they don't want to take any risks. So Ashley Young is predicted to play. Then you look at the midfield, there is a lot of depth in this Manchester United side, and there is a lot of quality. You saw it against Burnley last week. You obviously got Alexis Sanchez, Juan Mata, Pogba and Matic. That's the key area, I think, for this game. Pogba, Matic versus Doucouré and Capoue. Deeney will probably drop back to try and kind of mark Lingard out the game, and then it's down to the back line to keep Lukaku quiet. But on paper, that does look like a very good Manchester United side, and they'll be full of confidence, I think, after that Burnley game. But it's a tough place to go at the minute. Technical difficulties. Vicarage Road at the minute. Obviously, Watford on the back of a fantastic win against Tottenham Hotspur, a 2-1 win, and it's going to be crucial that the crowd get on Manchester United's back and for Watford, because you saw in the Tottenham game when they went 1-0 up Tottenham, it was the reaction from the crowd, I think, that spurred us on to get all 3 points, and I think we were a massive factor in getting the win, because if you look at it, I remember Deeney knocking over Davinson Sanchez. It was the crowd getting up on the players, making it a really hostile atmosphere, and then from then we just peppered their goal and got all 3 points, which is fantastic. We'll have to do the same again tomorrow. Let's have a look at the chat, what you guys are saying. Got a lot of people in the stream, so thank you very much for listening and watching. Let's see what you guys are saying. I've just got to catch up with the chat. It's a lot of people are messaging. I hope Kiko gets subbed on tomorrow. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Completely agree. Hello, dude. Holebas has definitely had a kick in. Yeah, I think signing Messina has been a great move for the club, because Holebas has just turned his game around. We've got Yanmatt could struggle against Sanchez. Yeah, I think Will Hughes has to play a key role in that if he's got to provide cover. Jacob, did you listen to Deeney on 5 Live? It was really interesting. Yeah, I did, Andrew. And it was very interesting what he said about Walter Mazzarri. He's not a fan of him. It came across like that. And he was saying stuff about his nutritionist. Obviously, that's been well documented. He's lost a lot of weight. He's put on the muscle. He looks fresh. And Caviceli was speaking to Jake Humphrey, and he said Deeney is as fit as a 22-year-old in terms of his fitness, in terms of the bleep test, etc. So that is great to hear. I want Jose out of United. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose tomorrow. If we lose, if Manchester United lose, I keep saying we, just to clarify, I'm not a Manchester United fan. Deeney's massive for the team spirit. I like warm football, Jason. Keep that left and right. Yeah, I think Javi Gracia, it's clear since he's come in, the team spirit is up in the Watford camp at the minute. Everything is looking good. We just got to take the momentum into the game tomorrow and try and take advantage of a Manchester United out of form. Obviously, they did get the win against Burnley a couple of weeks ago, which will be great for their confidence. But at the same time, from a Watford perspective, we need to take advantage of a poor start to the season. They got battered by Spurs, particularly in the second half. But it's all about just taking our chances, similar to Spurs, keeping it compact defensively and then looking to hit them on the break and using set piece as well, because that was a crucial part of the victory against Spurs. So, looking forward to it tomorrow. Really, really looking forward to it. Sema at least has to get on the bench. Sema's a fantastic option as well. The way we've played so far, we should be looking at least for a draw, I think so. And there's no reason we cannot win. I think you're right, Adam. We need to be targeting all 3 points. I really do think that. But would you take a draw? Of course you would. We can't underestimate Manchester United. They're going to have a lot of quality players in their ranks. And as you saw with that predicted lineup I've just put up, Sanchez, Lukaku, Pogba, De Gea, there's world-class players in that team. And we've got to keep them quiet, but I'm sure we can do that, and we'll find out tomorrow. Let me know your score predictions down in the comment section below. Would you like to see more live streams as previews? I'd like to get your interaction into the video, which is great. So, if you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to WD18. If you are able to come around for a fan cam tomorrow, then please do. And I'll catch you tomorrow, hopefully, after a Watford win.